Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to another Skyrim Creation Kit tutorial video. I was going to release this a day earlier, but Camtasia was playing up again. So today we're going to be working with puzzle pillars. These are basically the pillars that you come across when you have to spin them around and set them to the correct animal. So it's usually a whale, a snake and an eagle, I think. So to get started, you obviously want to load up your Skyrim and update ESM file and set as active if you're working on a current mod, which I am. So I'm just going to show you this door. First thing I'm going to do is show you a door. What we're going to do, we're going to have a door here which is going to be shut, and then you spin the pillars round. We're going to have 3 pillars, and when you get them on the right combination, this door will open. So NOR for Nordic, portcullis. This should be the one that I need. You've got to check these doors. You're basically going to need an activator door, so an activator will have this little sort of activator symbol there. You need to make sure that your door is like that. You can also make the pillars set up to activate something else, which I've actually done in my Way Shrines of Skyrim mod. So just be sure you select the right door. I don't think it matters if it's got a script on there or not, so be sure that we've got a nice activated door there and that it's shut. So next thing you're going to need are the actual parts for the puzzle. So you want to just type puzzle into the filter and go all, because I'm not actually sure everything's kept. They're all in their separate categories. The things that we're going to want, puzzle door base. No, that's the wrong one. That's the more advanced puzzle doors. Let's have a look. There's a lot of pieces here. Okay, there it is. Ruins puzzle pillar base. You're going to want your 3 bases. I recommend keeping your snap to grid on for this. We're just going to set one up for now and then just duplicate it. Then we want to find actual puzzle pillars. You want the Nord default puzzle pillar 01 NO Fern. So drag that in, drop it. You can also use the other puzzle pillars that are here somewhere. They're basically for the, I can't even think what it's called, Skyhaven Temple, I think. It's actually for that. So there's 1 or 2 different versions of this, but we're just going to go with this one. So what we're then actually going to want is something to obviously indicate what one they're going to be set at. Where are we going? Here we go. Puzzle keys, the static items are these big chunky things here. You can sort of leave your own stuff around to leave hints, so you put it in a notepad or something, but we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to drag these over to this side of the room here. I'm going to duplicate, and then you can control F on them and switch them for another one. So I'm just going to go whale, snake, snake, and then I'm going to grab both of these and I'm going to drag them to be roughly level with them. And I'm going to spin them round so number 1 is facing you. That's the actual eagle. And I'm just going to duplicate that, put 3 of them like that. Put it there. Okay, so we're just going to leave that for a moment. The other thing that you're going to need, the other 2 things that you're going to need actually, we're going to need an X marker. Whoops, missed me K. There we go. So just a normal little X marker there. Place that in front of the door. And we're going to need a lever. Now there's a number of different levers, obviously. They're activator levers again that we want to use. Some levers don't actually have a pull action on them, so you want to make sure that the lever that you do pick is one that you obviously want in terms of the way it looks, and be sure that it actually has a pull action on it. If it's one that you're going to pull, because you can use levers to link stuff like this up that you're not actually going to see, but that's another tutorial. So the one that we might as well use is the actual default puzzle lever, because we know that'll actually work. We're going to put that there. So next thing that we want to do is double click on our door, and then we want to go along, active parents tab, double click that, select link reference and select the X marker. Click OK, and just click this little box here which is parent activate only. That means that we won't be able to just go up to the door and open it by clicking on it, because that'd be pretty stupid. It'd get rid of the whole point of these pillars. And then we want to go on each of our pillars here. Now what we need to do, we need to set 2 states for our pillars. The first state is the sort of the one that will be showing default to begin with, so will it be on eagle, snake or whale. And then the second state that we need to set is what it needs to be on to actually mean that it's going to be successful, that it's the correct animal. So if you go to script, make sure you've got default puzzle pillar no fern. Now you should obviously have that already if you've selected the right pillar out of the object window there. So we're going to double click in that script. We're actually going to need this. So as I said, 2 states, initial state and solve state, pretty self-explanatory. We want to click on the initial state. So our first one, hold on, we'll just click that off so I can see. Our first one is currently set to eagle. Now we can keep that set to eagle, and then we need to know what the number is for our whale there. Whale is number 3. So if we edit that script, and our initial state is going to remain as 1, which it's on, and then you need to spin it round to the solve state, which we'll edit, and that's going to be 3 to be our whale. So click OK. OK again, and then you just want to edit each of your pillars to tell it what it needs to be on. So initial state, we'll keep this on 3, so it'll be on the whale, and then we'll say you need to turn it to 2 to be on the snake. This one we can change around a little bit. We'll say this is on 1, and then you need it to change to 2 because it's the snake again. And that's that bit set up, but we obviously need to link a few things together. We need to link this to the lever. So what you do next is just go back into each of your pillars here, go to link reference, double click in there and select the lever, and we basically need to do this for all 3. There we go. So you just link reference all 3 of those to the lever, so they're all connected. Now obviously there's no connection between the door, the X marker and the lever, so you need to double click in the lever, go along to its script, and because we've selected the puzzle lever itself, we've got this script in here. You might not have it on the other levers, so you'll need to make sure you add this script in, which is default pillar puzzle lever no fern. Go into properties. This one looks a little more confusing, but don't worry, it's pretty simple. Pillar count, well this is actually pretty obvious. We've got 3 pillars. If you have like 4 or 5, then you need to select that value. The puzzle door activator is going to be the X marker heading itself, so we need to be able to see the damn thing. There we go. So you want to just select the X marker, and the referent activate on success is going to be the door. So you want to double click the door. Just check that it says that it's that portcullis there, it's the door. Click OK. So now we've got the lever linked up to the X marker and the door, and it's also linked to the 3 pillars, which are all set up to be on the correct state according to our setup sort of stones there. And that should be it. So I'm just going to go in game. I'm going to show you it working. I'm also going to show you that nothing will happen if you pull the lever and it's not set correctly. I'll just go back into that script there. Something else that you can do, you can put reference activate on failure. So you could put a trap in and then just select the reference as that trap. So when you pull it and nothing happens, you could actually have poison darts fly out like you see in a lot of the game. So that's how we do that. So I'll just nip in game and show you how it's done. Okay, so here we are in game. As you can see, our pillars are set up how we actually set them to, so they're not all on the same thing. And if we just pull the lever now, nothing will happen, which is what we wanted. So obviously we need to set the pillars up correctly. So if we just spin them round, that's that one. After the snake, and that's the snake, and now it's set up correctly. We should pull the lever and that door will open. So there we go. As you can see, works absolutely perfectly, no problems. If you do have any problems, then you might have set something wrong, put a link reference around the wrong way, so you'll have to double check it. As I said, you can also make it so that you can have a trap go off if you link reference that with the lever. So when you pull it and it's wrong, then you'll be punished, which is a bit harsh. So I hope that tutorial helped. Thanks very much for watching. Please leave comments, visit my website, it's had a nice makeover. Check all the links out, you can follow me on my social sites, and I will speak to you next time.